Stop for a second, my child. Don't scroll past this. If you listen to what I am going to tell you, it could completely alter the course of your life. It's possible that someone else is already pursuing the opportunity you've been holding off on, one you've been considering, assessing, and anticipating. Silently, the window has been moving. The purpose of this communication is not to put you under duress. It's here to rouse you. Because there are moments in life that seem insignificant at first but have enormous consequences. Stay with me until this is over. Message. Pay close attention, don't listen carelessly. What you're going to hear will show you why you need to take action right away before someone else takes your place. Don't quit in the middle. It's not as far away as you might think, the step that could change everything. Please take a time to slow down and stay here with me, my child. I want you to feel as though we are in a genuine moment, Tojtharon, that is neither hurried nor forced, but rather a calm place where I can speak to your heart. It's possible that you opened this mail believing it to be another something to read, an additional voice in your day. However, I am well aware of your current situation in life, and I am aware of the ideas that have been on your mind lately. You've been feeling something subtle that even you can't quite put your finger on. It's not that noisy. It doesn't arrive like a storm. Rather, it manifests as a subtle awareness, such as a minor change within your soul that keeps coming back to you. Late at night, when everything is quiet, you could detect it. You might sense it when your thoughts wander to the future, when you pause during the day. Even though you can't yet see the whole picture, you have an inner sensation that something is changing around you. I want you to know that this emotion is not arbitrary. You are in a situation where awareness is more important than you realize, therefore I let it grow inside of you. You see, my darling, there are times in your life when things move quietly and slowly, and there's a reason for those seasons. They provide you time to develop, to heal, to obtain power without strain. In other seasons, however, movement starts to take shape beneath the surface long before it is visible to the naked eye. You are in one of those seasons right now. You can still see typical days, well-known routines, and the same obligations that have been a part of your life for some time. Outside, nothing seemed urgent. However, something is starting to take shape beneath the surface. You may not be aware of the decisions being made by those in your immediate vicinity. In areas you haven't yet looked, opportunities are starting to materialize. While some paths that appear steady may gradually start to change, others that were before closed are silently starting to open. Since nothing is out of my line of sight, I can clearly witness each of these moves. I am not trying to put pressure on your heart when I call your attention in this way. I want you to be aware of what is going on so that you don't pass through this moment in ignorance. Sometimes all it takes is one step carries greater weight, when done well, than when done months later. And I want you to be aware of this moment while it is still happening, not after it has already happened. I want to gently direct your thoughts at this point, so pay close attention to what I have to say. You tend to wait before taking action. That aspect of you stems from humility and wisdom. Before making a move, you want to completely comprehend the situation. I appreciate that you don't enjoy making snap judgments without thinking things through. However, you might not always be aware of this pattern's other aspect. Sometimes the same cautious attitude that keeps you safe can also subtly slow you down for longer than is required. You start to wait for a sense of full clarity. You look for indications that eliminate any doubt. I am still living my life around you. While you are still assessing the problem, others start acting. My child, you are not being criticized. I am aware of your heart's goals. I am aware that all you want to do is correct. However, I want you to understand that waiting isn't always necessary. There are times when waiting keeps you safe, while other times, waiting gradually takes you farther away from the chance that was previously in front of you. That's the reason I am talking to you in such a cool, collected manner. I want you to be aware of the subtle change taking place in your life. Your surroundings are starting to change in ways that you are still unable to completely perceive. Right now, it doesn't matter if change is on its way. Whether you will be able to identify it while it is still developing is the question. To assist you better grasp this time, allow me to explain. Rarely do opportunities come with big pronouncements. They usually arrive silently. At first glance, they appear little. They are unsure. They can occasionally show themselves in discussions, concepts, invites, or circumstances that don't initially seem dramatic. Because they appear unremarkable, a lot of people ignore them. They believe there will always be another opportunity in the future. They promise themselves that they will give it some thought tomorrow, the following week, or when things settle down. However, waiting for someone to feel prepared does not stop time. One individual starts to move forward while the other delays. I have seen this pattern repeatedly throughout my children's lives. By the time the first person chooses to take action, the moment that formerly belonged to them has already passed into the hands of someone else. In contrast to how the world discusses victory, it is not about competition and failing. It's just a fact that some doors are only open for a limited period of time. The door might not reopen in the same manner after that window closes. I am aware that hearing this can make you feel a little serious, but you shouldn't be afraid of it. I don't want to put pressure or tension on your heart. I am not saying you have to go right into anything without giving it any thought. I want awareness for you. Everything is altered by awareness. When you realize that a moment is significant, you start to be more mindful of the decisions you make during it. You start to move purposefully rather than mindlessly through your days. You start to take notice of the little chances that used to seem commonplace. You start paying closer attention to the direction your heart is taking. And that's just what I want going on inside of you at this moment. I want you to know that the local season is about to change. The same calm consciousness that you've been experiencing lately is a component of that change. It resembles the initial breeze that precedes a weather shift. It doesn't yet appear dramatic. However, it indicates that something fresh is on the horizon. My child, there's something else I want you to know, and this is really important. The movement that is emerging around you is not intended to intimidate or separate you. You are not in danger of losing your position in life. It is truly intended for you to take part in the possibility that is developing around you. The only danger is failing to recognize it when it's still within walking distance. I am talking to you now rather than later because of this. I want you to pay attention. I want you to open your eyes. I want your heart to be awakened to the potential that the next phase of your life may be taking shape in front of you, in ways that seem insignificant now. When you maintain this level of awareness, you start to recognize opportunities sooner rather than later. Instead than waiting outside till the door has closed, you start acting while it is still open. That level of consciousness is a blessing, and I am now carefully putting it in your hands. So hold on to this idea for a little while longer. You are not currently behind. You're not running late. So far, nothing has been lost. All you are doing is standing at the start of an ongoing moment. There is a subtle but genuine shift all around you. People are relocating. Decisions are being made. Doors are starting to move in ways you can't quite see just now. Staying awake to it is what matters right now. Instead of pushing awareness, let it to grow within you. Put aside. Take note of the ideas that keep coming back to you. Take note of the chances that start to present themselves. These tiny cues are frequently the first indications that something bigger is starting to emerge. And while you remain conscious of them, I will continue to lead you step by step, so that you will be able to identify it with clarity when the time comes to move. I want you to fully get what I am going to say, so come closer and pay close attention. You're in a time when how you react to more than just the next few days of your life will be shaped by the present. It will affect your path in ways that you are not yet completely aware of. I am aware that you have always been considerate. You don't move forward carelessly. You would rather watch, think, and plan your actions before taking them. That aspect of your personality has shielded you numerous times in the past, and I've been happy to watch you develop via discernment rather than careless decisions. However, I want you to have a somewhat different perspective on your life at this moment. Lens, the atmosphere surrounding you has somewhat changed. Waiting silently will no longer keep things stable and safe during this time of year. What used to shield you is gradually turning into something that could hinder you. If you don't notice the shift, allow me to speak directly to your heart. Waiting at a time of preparation makes you stronger. It increases tolerance, it broadens your comprehension. However, if you keep waiting following when the time for action has already come, the same delay starts to subtly work against you. Imagine that you are standing next to a recently opened door. You can already see the light coming from the other side. There is already an invitation. The opportunity is right in front of you, and you can sense it. However, you stop to consider every aspect of what might be on the other side rather than going through. Someone else may choose to move forward first while you're standing there. If they notice the same open door, the door wasn't intended to keep you out. But time doesn't stop just because you're still debating. I want you to vividly see that image because it captures the subdued realism of many life experiences. Opportunities don't always shout. They just open their windows, wait, and then shut them. I am inviting you to awaken your awareness today because of this. Pay close attention to the circumstances that are developing around you. Take note of the concepts that keep coming back to you. Observe the times when you feel a subtle reminder that you need to pay attention to something. These don't happen by accident. These are subtle indicators that your season is transitioning from contemplation to action. I want you to accomplish something crucial right now. Take a minute to reflect on the thoughts that have been impeding your progress. I want you to see them clearly, even if I already know them. Sometimes you convince yourself that you should wait a bit longer before taking action. You wish to get additional assurance. You want to be certain that the choice will not result in an error. In private, you question if you are competent or prepared enough to proceed. On the surface, those ideas seem acceptable, but they might gradually turn into a cozy hiding hole where advancement never starts. On this point, I want you to hear me clearly. Being prepared does not come as a flawless sensation that clears your heart of all uncertainty. It comes when you feel that, despite some uncertainty, the step ahead of you is important. That's the location where bravery becomes crucial. To start moving, you don't need total confidence. All you need is the courage to move forward while your comprehension is still developing. As you tread the route, it will become clear. However, you might stay in one spot longer than you had planned if you stand motionless and wait for the whole route to materialize before your eyes. I want you to see another aspect of this moment. In all honesty, whether you take action or not, life keeps going. Decisions are being made by others around you. Opportunities are emerging in discussions, concepts, and invites that can initially appear unremarkable. It is your responsibility to identify and seize some of those opportunities. However, if you wait too long, someone else might take over that place only because they were prepared to act sooner. This has nothing to do with your conflict or your adversary. It's just the way time functions in your particular reality. Naturally, the individual who starts moving earlier gains momentum. The hesitant person keeps observing from the same spot. When the opportunity in front of you was always intended to involve you. I do not want that story to become a part of your life. I am speaking to you with care and clarity because of this. I am calling on you right now to realize how important it is to live in the present. More clarity won't always come from waiting longer. Indeed, in certain circumstances, it subtly diminishes the opportunities that were previously accessible to you. So, inhale deeply with me and think about what I am putting in front of you. I am not requesting to abandon wisdom or dash into chaos. I am asking you to recognize that you are no longer at a time when things are safe to wait in silence. Now is the time to take deliberate action that will safeguard your future more than any amount of hesitation. Allow that knowledge to become ingrained in your heart. Allow it to alter your perception of your environment. When an opportunity arises, take a step toward it rather than away from it. Instead of pushing an idea that keeps coming back to you, investigate it, put aside. Instead of brushing it off as a fleeting notion, stop and pay attention to what your inner voice is telling you. Your role must change along with your season. Instead of keeping you where you are, the same considerate heart you have always carried will now direct your steps ahead. Walk with that consciousness. Be mindful. And don't be afraid to move forward when the time comes. I want you to stick by me while we continue, my child. This discussion, because the insight I am going to provide will enable you to perceive your circumstances more clearly. In the world around you, there is a quiet reality that few people discuss in public. It does not necessarily appear to be the kind of rivalry you might picture, and it is neither boisterous nor hostile. The majority of the time, it happens subtly beneath the surface of daily existence. Individuals are chasing their prospects, desires, and goals. They are instinctively heading toward the same doors as others. As they do, this might be coming as well. It doesn't imply that somebody has malicious intent. It simply implies that chances present themselves throughout time, and those who pursue them earlier are frequently the ones who take advantage of them first. I want you to see this fact fearlessly, because knowing it will enable you to see how important it is to respond to the present. Consider the opportunities that come your way. They can sometimes come to you as inspiring thoughts. At other instances, they arise from discussions, invitations, or situations that open fresh opportunities. These moments seldom belong to a single individual permanently. They are available to everyone who is prepared to take note of them and come forward. Someone else can be moving while you are still thinking and making a decision. It's possible that someone else has started taking that step while you are evaluating whether it feels safe enough. It's not always talent or intelligence that makes a difference. The willingness to take action while the chance is still present frequently makes all the difference. Ivy observed this trend repeatedly occurring in my children's life. Even when there is still uncertainty, some people sense the moment and start to move. Others continue to be cautious and thoughtful because they think there will always be another opportunity. The surroundings have changed by the time they feel prepared because someone else reacted earlier. Now pay close attention to what I want you to comprehend. My love for you doesn't need to be earned by finishing the race, line ahead of everyone else. You're not vying for my favor. You already have my presence, my care, and my attention. However, there are still some opportunities as time passes, and everyone's time keeps passing. When a door opens, a momentary window of opportunity is created for action to turn possibility into reality. That window doesn't stay open indefinitely. Eventually, the opportunity changes and the moment changes. This should not be interpreted as a threat, but rather as a reminder of how the present moment is genuinely valuable. Your actions today can put you in positions that you won't be able to reach later. This is the reason awareness is so important. You have the opportunity to act while the door is still open when you see it. I'd like to ask you to spend a moment imagining something with me. Imagine yourself in a large field with multiple paths extending in various directions. In that field, you are not alone. There are other people there as well, each contemplating their course of action. A few of them start to move swiftly. Some people move slowly. Some stay motionless, attempting to determine which way seems the safest. The paths themselves are not solely the property of one individual. They just wait to be walked by someone. People who start walking earlier find out what's in their path. They take what they've learned from it, change course if necessary, and carry on. The same routes may initially be accessible to those who stay motionless, but as time goes on, the surroundings start to shift. There are new challenges. The path's starting point is farther away. What used to only take a tiny step might now take a lot more work. I am sharing this photo with you because it captures the current state of your life. It's an open field. You can see the paths. The crucial question is whether you will start walking while the path ahead is still easily accessible. I therefore want you to take a very useful action. Over the coming days and weeks, start observing the opportunities that present themselves. Don't write them off right away. Take a moment to investigate anything that piques your interest. Consider whether this might be a part of your life's trajectory. Take a tiny step in that direction if you think it might be significant. Make the phone call, start the discussion, examine the concept. It is not necessary for the initial step to be flawless. Its only goal is to get you to move instead of remain motionless. After you start moving, you'll find things that you can't see right now. There will be a fresh clarity. It's possible that new opportunities will present themselves, and you won't have to observe life from a distance while others progress. Rather, you'll be exploring the path that was always intended for you. Spend a moment with me, my child, and let me gently talk to you about something I see in you. What I am about to say is not intended to be critical of you, so I want you to listen to this with an open heart. I am aware of the private areas of your ideas. I see the quiet spaces where you consider options and make decisions. You are not being irresponsible or indolent when you hesitate. Often, your reluctance stems from a strong desire to act morally. You want to make informed decisions. You want to safeguard the things that are important to you. You don't want to take a step forward, only to find that it leads to disappointment. I am aware of that about you. However, I want you to understand that there is more to your reluctance. Occasionally, a silent doubt about your own value is linked to a pause in your gait. Even though you might not express it out loud, there are times when you question if you really belong in the opportunities that are in front of you. As opportunities arise, a part of you starts to wonder if someone else might be more capable, more prepared, or more worthy than you. That thought sneaks in and sits next to your caution. Although it seems reasonable at the time, it gradually makes you less inclined to take action. Now I want to change your perception of this aspect of yourself, so pay close attention to what I have to say. You start watching life from the outside rather than taking part in it, when you start to question your role in the opportunities around you. As you watch doors open, you tell yourself that they were intended for someone else. You thoroughly consider your options while reminding yourself that further planning is still necessary before moving forward. That pattern eventually becomes comfortable, and comfort can subtly pass for wisdom. However, I want you to stop right now and take an honest look at what is going on. Your life was never meant for you to stay on the sidelines while other people occupy the areas that were previously available to you. Your inner talents did not just happen. Your character was not formed by chance. I gave you the opportunity to hone your skills, improve your judgment, and cultivate traits that you can apply in everyday life. When you doubt your readiness, you frequently fail to consider how you've already experienced a great deal of growth. Failure has taught you valuable lessons. Difficulty has given you patience. Through the very difficulties you once wished you could avoid, you have gained insight. Together, those elements give you a quiet strength that you still possess now. I would want to extend an invitation to you to engage in a practical activity with me at this time. Start examining what you already possess rather than concentrating solely on the things you are still uncertain about. Consider the circumstances you have handled in the past. Recall the times when you were unsure about what to do, but you managed to go forward gradually. When those moments started, you didn't always have a great strategy. In actuality, a lot of them began with uncertainty that initially caused discomfort. However, as you progressed through the encounter, comprehension started to increase. By actively participating instead of observing and evaluating things from a distance, your confidence gradually grew. I want you to witness the same pattern reoccurring in your life at the moment. It's possible that the opportunities you encounter don't come with clear directions. You are still capable of stepping into them even if they don't come wrapped in confidence. It's common for the strength needed for a situation to become apparent only after you join it. Your mind keeps coming up with reasons why you can fail while you stay out of the scenario. Your attention switches from picturing failure to finding solutions once you start moving. Allow me to direct your focus to another crucial reality. Before you start, you are not supposed to be perfect. Progress does not demand perfection. Experience leads to growth, and experience inevitably involves errors, corrections, and lessons learned. Because they think their initial step needs to be done flawlessly, many people stay still. For a moment that could have started with a straightforward effort, they spend years getting ready. That is not what I want to be your tale. Your skills are not meant to project a picture of perfection that is impressive to others. Your skills are meant to help the life that is taking place in front of you. You discover what works when you start moving. You adjust when something doesn't work. You change course as fresh knowledge becomes available. In the real world, that is how significant growth truly happens. Instead than waiting for a day when all uncertainty vanishes, I want you to embrace that process. That kind of moment is rare in life. Thus, this is what I want you to do as you proceed from this point forward. When you start to feel hesitant, stop and consider what thinking is causing it. Gently confront the thought if it is telling you that you are not prepared enough. Examine the experiences that have previously equipped you. Remind yourself that opportunities frequently exist for anyone prepared to step up and connect with them, even if it seems like someone else might deserve the chance more than you do. You don't need anyone's approval to take part in the life that is taking place around you. I've already given you the opportunity to contribute in ways that are specific to you. Let that reality get ingrained in your heart. Allow it to alter your approach to the chances that present themselves. Instead of moving away from them, start leaning curiously and bravely in their direction. As you proceed, the way ahead will become more apparent. And with each stride you take, the strength you require will increase. I want you to visualize something, my darling, alongside me. Imagine a time in your life that, from the outside, appears to be perfectly normal. You get up, go about your daily activities, and carry on with your life as usual. The morning doesn't indicate that anything noteworthy is going to happen. However, at some point during that typical day, a silent choice comes to you. It might be a discussion you've been thinking about for a while. It can seem like an opportunity you've been considering but haven't completely pursued. It might just be the time when you eventually make the decision to start something you have repeatedly put off. This choice may appear insignificant from the outside. It might go unnoticed. At first, it might not seem dramatic. However, at that little moment, you have the ability to change your life's trajectory in ways you can't yet fathom. This is how many of life's most significant turning points start. They come silently, nearly undetectable, and wait patiently to see what you will select. I want you to know something crucial regarding these silent crossroads. When you are standing inside them, they rarely look as significant as they will appear when you look back years later. At the time, they merely feel like choices between one step and another. One route feels familiar and comforting. The other direction carries a blend of interest and uncertainty. Because the moment appears ordinary, it becomes simple to approach it lightly. People persuade themselves that they will decide later. They expect the same opportunity will return at another time. Sometimes such assumption proves wrong. The situation shifts, the moment fades, and the decision that was once clearly in front of them silently vanishes. When they look back on their lives later, they start to recognize that the pivotal moment they missed was concealed in what appeared to be a typical day. I don't want you to regret that realization later on. For this reason, while the moment is still present, I am directing your awareness. Allow me to address you personally regarding the step that could soon be in front of you. You might not see it as a turning point right away. It could appear like a straightforward invitation to start something fresh. It may seem like a decision you've put off multiple times since the timing was never ideal. I want you to slow down and take a close look at it when that time comes. Consider whether the chance has significance for the path you want your life to take, rather than just whether the step feels comfortable. If the response seems even remotely important, think about what might occur if you eventually took a step forward rather than back. Imagine the discussions that could take place. Imagine the connections that could arise. Think about what you might learn from the experience. Frequently, a decision's worth cannot be determined by how simple it seems at first. Later on, the doors it unlocks reveal its actual worth. I now want to offer you a useful invitation that will enable you to react differently in these situations. Show up. Do not ignore a decision that appears to be significant as if it were merely a fleeting notion. Take a moment to focus entirely on it. Take some time to sit with a possibility. Jot down the things that both thrill and worry you about it. Then pose a straightforward question to yourself in order to uncover the reality that lies underlying your reluctance. Consider whether your fear is alerting you to actual danger, or just serving as a reminder that progress frequently starts outside of your comfortable routines. The discomfort you experience is frequently not an indication that the course is incorrect. It's just the instinctive response you get when you venture into unfamiliar area. You may start going forward with a clearer mind once you comprehend that distinction. You'll be able to tell when to exercise prudence and when to exercise courage. As you stand at this peaceful crossroads, I want you to keep in mind something else. The choice you are about to make is not unique to you. I accompany you on every step of the way. While my presence does not eliminate all uncertainty in your life, it does provide direction as you navigate it. While you make the decision to act with deliberate bravery, you start to see opportunities that were not there while you were still. New concepts emerge, you meet new individuals. Unexpected chances start to come together in ways you never would have imagined. One easy action makes all of this possible. Instead of staying where you were, you decided to go forward. Quiet choices become pivotal moments in this way. They start with just one motion. However, the effects of that movement extend well beyond the initial moment. I thus want you to keep this knowledge in mind while we carry on our discussion. Even while your current day may seem unremarkable, it might contain a choice that is more significant than you currently understand. Take note of the options that are presented to you. Show them respect. They are deserving. Don't take it lightly when the time comes to take a step forward that could lead to a new path in your life. Inhale, muster your bravery, and think about the consequences of moving at last. Silent choices have the capacity to alter everything. Stand a moment with me, my child, and allow your heart to calm down so that you can hear what I am going to tell you. You've been gauging your level of preparedness for a while. I can see how your mind functions. Before you set foot on the road, you should understand it. You would rather feel ready before moving. In many cases, you have avoided needless trouble by exercising caution. I appreciate your thoughtful nature. However, I want to gently lead you to a more profound comprehension of something that unknowingly influences a lot of people's lives. Courage and readiness are two different things. Many people think they can't start anything significant until they're ready. They promise themselves that one day they will wake up feeling totally ready, certain and utterly assured of the step ahead of them. But that's not how life usually works. Many times, people's imagined moment of readiness never materializes. It is courage, not the lack of doubt, that truly propels one ahead. You will start to notice this trend if you pay close attention to your own experiences. Consider the instances in the past when you encountered an unknown situation. Maybe it was a challenging conversation, a new duty, or a circumstance where you had to rely on skills you had never used it. You most likely didn't feel completely prepared at the time. You might have had a lot of questions running through your head. You might have questioned your ability to manage the circumstance. Nevertheless, you took a step forward. Even if you entered the scenario cautiously and with a tiny step, something intriguing occurred. Your comprehension started to deepen. Solutions that were before unseen emerged. Strength that you were unaware you had began to emerge. That is courage, silent miracle. Uncertainty does not go away with courage. It permits you to move while uncertainty persists. When you bravely enter a situation, you create the conditions for your abilities to finally come to the surface. I want you to perform something straightforward yet effective now. Inhale deeply and consider how many times you have put off taking a move in your life because you were waiting to feel fully prepared. You may have previously convinced yourself that you needed more time, information, or self-assurance starting. At the time, those explanations might have seemed sensible and responsible. However, you may still remember some of those occasions because you feel that you could have started sooner. I am not trying to make you feel bad about those recollections. I am showing these to you so you can see the pattern and decide on a different course of action going forward. Perfect preparation is not necessary for the opportunity that is currently forming around you. Requests willingness. It challenges you to move on with a heart that is willing to learn as you go. The process of progress starts as soon as you accept that invitation. Each step turns into a lesson. Every encounter serves as a lesson that influences your subsequent actions. I'll show you an illustration that may make this easier to comprehend. Picture yourself at a broad river's brink. The water appears deep, and you can't see every stone below the surface, but you still want to go to the other side. If you don't start until the river is totally translucent passage, you might stand on the same shore indefinitely. However, you can start figuring out where the stones are if you take one cautious step into the water. The next spot for your foot to rest is revealed with each step. You acquire a current's rhythm. Your equilibrium changes. You quickly come to the conclusion that the crossing was always feasible. That's how bravery functions in your life. Doesn't guarantee that the whole trip will be apparent right now. It just asks you to start walking. Thus, the way may gradually become apparent. I want you to keep that picture with you because it captures the current state of your life. I therefore extend an invitation to you. Pause and pay close attention when you hear the familiar voice in your head asking if you're ready. Ask a different inquiry instead of responding to that one right away. Consider if you have the guts to start learning by doing. Your attention is diverted from perfection to involvement by that inquiry. It serves as a reminder that your life is about taking advantage of the possibilities that come your way rather than waiting indefinitely for certainty. This kind of bravery opens the door to events that will mold your development in ways that waiting could never. As you take those steps, I am by your side. As you proceed, you will continue to get my assistance. Let bravery guide your next choice and observe as fresh insight starts to emerge. As we proceed, my child, there is one more thing I want you to know. Dialogue. Many people think that waiting keeps them safe while taking action puts them at risk. That sounds like a reasonable idea at first glance. You avoid making mistakes if you stay where you are. Nothing seems to go wrong if you don't move forward. However, life's profound reality shows something quite different. Hesitancy gradually reduces the opportunities that were once available to you, yet in many cases, taking action is what safeguards your future. I want you to see this clearly because it will alter your perspective regarding the choices you are currently faced with. When you decide to take action at the appropriate time, you start to control the course of your life rather than letting events dictate it. Think about how opportunities arise. Movement is created when you act, even if it's just a tiny step. New experiences come from movement. Those encounters expose you to people, concepts, and circumstances that you would not encounter if you stayed put. A straightforward choice to investigate an opportunities can spark conversations that lead to other opportunities. You might meet someone who has information or insight that you did not previously possess as a result of that conversation. Another possibility starts to emerge from that new insight. These tiny steps add up over time to create a series of advancements that can change your life's course. Nothing starts with a flawless plan. It starts with a readiness to take action while the chance is still there. When someone starts walking, they find invisible pathways. To the person who remains behind and studies the map. Now take a moment to picture the opposite scenario. When someone sees a chance, they choose to hold off until everything seems more certain. Weeks and days go by. As time passes, the chance gradually takes on new forms. People start reacting to it, around it. Other situations arise. By the time the person finally feels ready to act, the landscape has shifted. Even if the door may not have shut entirely, it now needs much more an attempt to get in. What used to need a straightforward step now requires a challenging ascent. This is how reluctance subtly limits opportunities without people noticing. The future shrinks. It wasn't that they were incapable, rather, it was that they took too long to seize the opportunity. I want you to know that taking action does not ensure results right now. That promise is not available on any honest route in life. What action does ensure is development, experience, and visibility into the subsequent phase of your adventure. When you take action, you learn things that you can't learn just by thinking. You start discovering what works and what doesn't. You come into folks who have unanticipated effects on your path. If you never put your inner strengths to the test in practical settings, they would remain undiscovered. Because they increase your awareness of what is conceivable, all of these factors work together to safeguard your future. On the other side, waiting makes your world seem smaller. It restricts your understanding to the ideas that are already in your head. It keeps outside influences out of your life. I'd like you to imagine your future as a still, developing landscape. You add a new piece to the landscape with every action you do. Certain pieces turn into stepping stones that lead to previously unimaginable chances. Other bits turn into lessons that steer you away from unhelpful routes. In any case, movement maintains the landscape's vitality and growth. As soon as you stop moving, because nothing fresh is being added, the surrounding scenery starts to get smaller. For this reason, I want you to view action as protective rather than hazardous. It protects your future by allowing opportunities to arise. It enables your life to develop in ways that waiting alone could never produce. As you proceed through the upcoming days, I want you to take this understanding carefully. Don't give up on a chance just because you're afraid of making a mistake. Rather, take a moment to consider what tiny action would bring you one step closer to investigating that possibility. It could be a basic strategy you start implementing, a message you send, or a conversation you start. At the time, these behaviors might seem insignificant. However, they possess the ability to open doors that are unseen to those who never start. Now I am urging you to join that movement. Allow your deeds to sow the seeds of the future you are destined to live. As I have demonstrated to you, my kid, your future is safeguarded by action, and I now present you with another chance. You are sowing seeds in a field of souls seeking light, when you decide to help spread my word through this message. As stated in Galatians 6:7, whatever a person sows, they will also reap, and every seed given for my purpose produces a harvest beyond your eyes. By using the link, your membership, your amazing thanks, or your PayPal offering, you join the movement in the description that delivers my message to hearts that are waiting in the shadows. This goes beyond a simple donation. In order to extend the light's duration throughout the night, oil is poured into a lamp. You were not supposed to remain still when you could help open doors for others, which is why I am arousing this urge in you. I am inviting you to take action if you sense that tug in your heart right now. Watch how I expand the harvest by sowing the seed I put in your hand today, your existence. Thus, don't hesitate. Participate in the work I am doing with this message by supporting this mission right now. I want you to spend a moment with me, my kid, and examine something that many people experience, but seldom openly acknowledge. There are moments in life when you abruptly realize that someone else has started pursuing a goal you had been thinking about in private. You witness someone else seizing a chance, launching a project, embarking on a journey, or saying the concept that used to exist just in your mind. You may get an odd sensation when that occurs. At first, it could seem surprising. After then, it could become a silent letdown that lingers in your chest longer than you anticipated. You can begin to question if the moment you felt has already passed or if you waited too long. I am aware that you have experienced similar feelings in the past. As you saw something happen, you realized that you could have taken the initial step. I want you to pay close attention now, because what I am going to tell you will alter your perspective on those circumstances. In actuality, life frequently follows peaceful parallel pathways. The same opportunity could be perceived simultaneously by numerous individuals. Conversations, observations, and shared experiences are how ideas spread. Who starts reacting to the opportunity is more important than who recognizes it first. It doesn't imply you lost your spot or that the door wasn't meant for you if someone else starts moving sooner. It only means earlier they decided to take action. But this is the crucial portion I want you to comprehend. Your path does not vanish even if someone else starts advancing first. You still have a path ahead of you. Now, how you react in the here and now is more important than how you evaluate the past. This is where a lot of people get stuck because they let comparison stifle their motivation. They believe the opportunity is no longer theirs to pursue when they witness someone else making progress. They retreat thinking that without them, the story has already been written. That notion is frequently false. I would want to ask you to consider the problem in a different way. See someone else's activity as evidence that the opportunity exists rather than as a sign that you missed it. Their motion just confirms the existence of the path you perceived. You did not imagine the door you saw, it was sincere. Because they made the decision to move, someone else went through it. You shouldn't let that fact deter you. It need to wake up your consciousness even further. It should serve as a reminder that the opportunity you perceive merits your focus and bravery. Do not withdraw into quiet when you witness someone else starting a trip that you previously contemplated. Instead, bend forward. What action can you take right now? Start going in your own direction in that same area. A door can be entered in a variety of ways. If others are willing to relocate, they can still enter through their own path even if the first person opens it. I'd like to provide you a useful invitation. The next time you see someone moving forward in a direction you previously thought about, try not to judge yourself right away. Rather, take a moment to ask yourself one question that has the power to completely change your perspective. Consider if their behavior is an invitation to start your own movement. Now consider their advancement as proof that the road is genuine and worthwhile, rather than as a setback. Take a tiny step. Start the conversation that you were putting off. Start refining the concept you retained contemplating. Instead of regretting the opportunity, investigate it with curiosity. When you react in this manner, comparison no longer has the ability to immobilize you. A moment becomes an opportunity to action rather than a reminder of reluctance. I want you to keep in mind that you don't write your own tale by observing what other people do. The actions you decide to take next write your story. Look ahead, proceed. Instead of letting other people's actions dampen your courage, let them serve as signals or assurance. Before you continue on this path we are talking about together, my child, I would like you to take a moment to acknowledge something about yourself that you may not yet fully understand. You have a strength that has silently grown within of you over time. In a crucial moment it did not appear subtly. It developed gradually as a result of encounters that stretched your tenacity, tried your patience, and tested your comprehension. Every challenge you encountered added to that strength. Every single your ability to persevere was further enhanced by the disappointment you overcame. However, because this strength developed gradually, you might not realize how strong it has grown. You don't really realize it's there, but you carry it with you every day. Consider the seasons you have already experienced. There were times when you weren't sure how you would proceed. You may have encountered circumstances where the road ahead appeared unclear or depressing. You undoubtedly wish those moments would pass fast at times so life could move on, may go back to something simpler. Nevertheless, you keep moving through them one step at a time. Situations that formerly seemed overpowering taught you valuable lessons. When things did not go as planned, you learned how to adjust. Parts of you that could not have developed in comfortable circumstances were strengthened by each of those encounters. If you take a close look into your past, you will discover that you are a more resilient person now than you were in previous phases of your life. I want you to do something now, crucial. Take a time to reflect on the signs of strength you already possess rather than concentrating solely on the unknowns that lie ahead. Think back to the times you overcame seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Take note of how you worked your way through them. Despite your initial lack of confidence, you managed to persevere. Something important about you is revealed by such events. They demonstrate that your capacity for adaptation and tenacity frequently outweighs your doubts. Recommend. Your viewpoint starts to shift when you apply that knowledge to the choices you are currently faced with. Rather of questioning your ability to manage the next step, you start to realize that taking a step forward is frequently how strength manifests itself. Allow me to provide you a fresh perspective on who you are. Think of your life as a lengthy journey where every obstacle has been like a stone under your feet. When each stone first emerged, it might have felt like a barrier in your path. However, when you proceeded to work, those same stones served as the basis for navigating challenging terrain. It would have been more difficult to find the way without them. Your confidence is built on the events that used to annoy you. They serve as a reminder that you have previously triumphed against circumstances you once thought were insurmountable. I want you to see this quiet strength. Applause is not necessary for it to exist. It is independent of other people's approval. It resides within of you as the outcome of the path you've previously taken. As we continue our chat, I want you to keep this awareness in mind when uncertainty starts to murmur that you might not be prepared for the chances that are in front of you. Recall the strength that has been building within of you for years. Let those recollections serve as a reminder that progress frequently occurs in ways you are not aware of right away. You have become more resilient as a result of your past experiences. It follows you into each new circumstance you are in. Have faith in that power. Let it direct your next action. When you proceed with that awareness, you start to perceive yourself as someone who has previously demonstrated the capacity to overcome obstacles and carry on walking, rather than as someone who might fail. I want to talk openly about something that many people do not comprehend until much later in life. So please, my kid, stay close to this moment with me. A certain type of burden is placed on a person's heart when they reflect on their past, they see that certain possibilities were missed. I am not referring to the regret that results from attempting something and learning from mistakes. That type of regret is comparable to another type that becomes more intense over time. When someone learns they never tried at all, the deeper remorse emerges. It develops gradually when a person recalls the times they felt compelled to take action but chose to hold off. Those choices appeared innocuous at the time. The day went on as usual. Nothing particularly noteworthy occurred. As usual, life went on. Years later, though, those silent times resurface in the imagination like echoes from a different room. The individual starts to see that the opportunity they turned down could have led to something worthwhile. Instead of hearing this truth years later, when the past cannot be altered, I want you to hear it now, while you are still in the present. I'd like to ask you to spend a moment imagining something with me. Imagine yourself in many years, gazing back across the terrain of your existence. You recall the locations you traveled to, the people who accompanied you on your journey, and the choices that influenced your course. There will be some distinct intersections among those recollections. There will be times when you decided to be brave despite your doubts. You will feel a quiet sense of pride in those memories, because you will know that you took advantage of the opportunity that was presented to you. There may be other memories of moments when you were held back by hesitation. You'll recall telling yourself that the time could wait. You thought there would be another opportunity later. The question that might come to mind in that future reflection will be straightforward but impactful. What might have happened if I had seized the chance at the outset? I want you to take a moment to think about that question today. You can feel its weight lightly pressing against your heart. I am not trying to scare you. It is intended to awaken your sense of accountability for the moment you are living in. Now pay close attention to the invitation I am extending to you. Opportunities should not be viewed as routine details that can be ignored without repercussions. Rather, start paying new attention to them. When a thought keeps coming to you, take a moment to consider it instead of brushing it off. Instead of moving away from a possibility when you experience a subtle sense of excitement, lean closer to it. When an invitation or discussion comes up that might change the course of your life, think about reacting to it with bravery and curiosity. You don't have to jump right into every circumstance. I need awareness and willingness from you. Give yourself permission to take part in the opportunities that are emerging all around you. By doing this, you turn the current situation from one of hesitation to one of opportunity. Instead of being someone who observes life from a distance, you start interacting with it. As you proceed, I want you to keep another truth close to your heart from now on. Your courageous decision today will be appreciated by your future self. Every step you take toward development, education, and fulfilling experiences contributes something worthwhile to your life's narrative. The experience itself becomes a part of your learning, even if the road does not turn out exactly as you had hoped. You get knowledge that comes from more than just observation. Your worldview is shaped by the individuals you encounter. You uncover powers that were concealed until you made the decision to put them to use. Your life is enhanced by all of these things in ways that reluctance could never. I am now encouraging you because of this. Don't put off appreciating the significance of the present moment till the future. Take a look at the chances that await you. Pay attention to your heart's silent invitation. Take the action that advances you. By doing this, you shield yourself from the kind of regret that results from speculating about what could have been. Now that we've discussed the price of waiting, my child, I want to focus your attention on something positive that is now present in your life since it has been too long. Your current moment is still open. The opportunity that is emerging around you has not vanished. The road ahead is still open. You are not wishing you had taken action sooner as you stand outside a locked door. Rather, you are facing a doorway that is still accessible. This is crucial for you to comprehend because a lot of people let despair persuade them that it's too late. They believe that since they had previously delayed, the chance must have utterly disappeared. This presumption frequently turns into a barrier that keeps individuals from noticing the opportunities that are still all around them. Please let go of that belief. You are not running late. You are not falling behind. There is still time to move, and the window in front of you is still open. Allow me to direct your focus to the subtle ways that this opportunity might manifest itself in your life. When you first observe it, it might not appear spectacular or remarkable. It could seem like a dialogue that keeps coming back to you. It may manifest as an idea that persists in your mind despite your attempts to divert your attention. It might come from a relationship with someone who shares knowledge that piques your interest. These are frequently the silent cues that a door is open close by. Many individuals ignore them because they take on simple forms. They anticipate opportunities to show up with clear instructions or loud pronouncements. However, the most significant doors frequently show up silently, just waiting for someone to see their potential. I want you to start viewing your life in this light. Keep an eye out for the little clues that suggest a possibility. I now want you to use that awareness to do something deliberate. Don't tell yourself right away that a worthwhile chance can wait until another day. Rather, take a moment to think about what you can do today to get closer to it. The action doesn't have to be big. Sometimes starting a conversation or delving deeper into a subject is the most crucial thing to do. Send the message you've been considering. Set a time for the meeting you keep putting off. Start investigating the path that has piqued your interest. Despite their apparent simplicity, these activities turn possibility into action. Instead of just watching the chance from a distance, they demonstrate your willingness to participate in it. Allow me to remind you of something that will boost your self-assurance right now. It is not necessary for you to be fully informed about the trip before you start. As you proceed, the way ahead will become more apparent. Every action you perform generates new knowledge that directs the subsequent action. This is how life progresses organically. You might stay in one location for much longer than is necessary if you wait for total confidence before making a move. However, if you decide to take action while the window is still open, you enable your life to grow in ways that waiting by itself could never result in. So pay close attention to my invitation. Take a look at the door that is currently in front of you. Observe that it hasn't been closed. Acknowledge that you are still capable of moving forward. Be brave and take that step. The window is currently open, and how far the opportunity can expand will depend on how willing you are to move. Please, my child, take a moment to slow down and come closer. I want you to become aware of something that has been going on inside of you. Even if you haven't discussed it with anyone, you have felt it. Sometimes a particular notion keeps coming back to you. Occasionally, it occurs when you are preoccupied with anything else. It sometimes shows up when you start to focus within and everything gets quiet. You make an effort to let things go. However, it returns to your consciousness in a subtle manner. I want you to know that loud instructions are rarely used to provide this kind of counsel. Rather, it passes subtly through your mind, repeating itself just enough that you are unable to dismiss it entirely. I am asking you to pay attention to that inner signal. Avoid dismissing it too soon. Take a moment to play with it. In your consciousness, let it breathe. What aspects of your life might be calling your attention at this moment? Consider the instances in your life where guidance has been present. When you reflect on the events that molded you, you can recall moments when you sensed a peaceful direction before the way became apparent. Maybe it was a gentle reminder to think about something larger cautiously. It could have been an instance where you were drawn to a discussion, an idea, or a choice that turned out to be significant. These subliminal cues weren't coincidental. They were the subtle ways your consciousness was pointing you in the direction of something significant. Rather than using loudness, guidance frequently communicates through repetition. A concept keeps coming back to you because it has importance and merits your consideration. If you brush it off right away, you shut the door before you've had a chance to see what it might disclose. The next step usually becomes obvious if you stick with it and pay closer attention. I'd like you to accompany me on a practical step now. Instead of hurrying past a notion or concept that keeps coming back to you, stop and give it some space. Put it in writing. Consider what it might be pointing at. Consider what tiny step you could do to learn more about it. Perhaps it entails investigating a topic that piqued your interest. Perhaps it encourages you to strike up a discussion you've been thinking about for some time. Perhaps it means starting along the path toward a chance you previously thought was too far off. You don't have to finish the adventure right now. What counts is your readiness to react to the guidance you sense rather than dismiss it. In response, a silent thought becomes the start of action. As you do this, allow me to remind you of something crucial. Rarely does guidance eliminate all doubt before taking action. Rather, it provides just enough illumination for you to proceed to the next phase. Consider going for a walk holding a tiny lantern while you go down a path at nightfall. The entire area is not instantly illuminated by the lantern. It just displays the earth a little distance ahead of you. The light follows you as you walk, making more of the path visible. In your life, guidance operates in this manner. It is not required of you to envision the whole future before acting. All that is required of you is to follow the next obvious step and trust the path that is emerging within your consciousness. Thus, pay close attention to the indications that are emerging within you. Take them. Really, allow them to direct your next action. The route ahead will become clearer the more you trust that inner guidance. I want you to know how a person's life progresses, my darling. People frequently envision something dramatic when they think of the moment that will alter their future. They anticipate a big choice, a stirring speech, or a daring move that changes everything right away. However, the reality is far more subdued than that. The majority of significant change starts with one easy step that nearly seems insignificant. The step may be starting a conversation at last. You may submit it after giving it some thought for weeks. It can even be the time you make the decision to begin learning something new. That step might not seem like much from the outside. However, that tiny shift is the start of a series of events that could result in significant transformation. I want you to stop and think about how many amazing adventures started just like this. All routes, regardless of length or significance, begins with a single step from a position of stillness. The initial step does not have to be flawless. It doesn't have to contain every response. Its only function is to start the motion that makes the subsequent step possible. Your life subtly changes when you do that first thing. Your movement causes the environment around you to react. Once far-off opportunities begin to materialize, discussions start to open doors you were previously unaware of. Every tiny movement creates momentum that gradually propels you forward farther along the route. When you stay still, none of this occurs. It only starts when you make the decision to relocate. I would now like to extend an invitation to you to address this moment in a very practical manner. Refocus your attention on the current step in front of you, rather than speculating about all that might occur in the coming months or years. What tiny step can you take today to go closer to the path you've been feeling? Don't wait for the ideal strategy. Start with something easy. Forward the message you've been putting things off. Look into the concept that keeps coming to mind. Talk to someone who could be more knowledgeable about the opportunity than you are. Even if each of these activities seems insignificant, they all contribute to the movement that opens up new possibilities. I'll show you a picture that might make this more understandable. Consider a big door that has been shut for a while. It could seem weighty and challenging to open from where you are standing. However, there are instances when the door is completely unlocked. It just needs a light shove to start moving. Even though the initial movement is little and very silent, it gets easier as soon as the door begins to open. Opportunities in life frequently function similarly. The path starts to show itself once you start walking, even though the first step may seem unsure. That's the reason I am motivating you right now. Never undervalue the impact of a straightforward start. Your action today may be the first step toward opening doors you previously thought were inaccessible. This stage of your trip calls for a gentle transformation in your heart, so sit with me for a time, my child, and pay close attention. I've seen you reflect carefully about the steps ahead of you. Doing things well is important to you. You want your behavior to be a reflection of responsibility, wisdom, and integrity. These are lovely traits, and I admire the thoughtfulness with which you make judgments. However, I perceive another activity taking place beneath the surface of your mind. The urge to take action occasionally gradually turns into the pressure to perform flawlessly. Before you let yourself start, you start picturing what the result should be. You imagine the errors that might occur. You consider how things could go wrong. The seemingly straightforward phase starts to feel burdensome and difficult by the time you've exhausted all of your options. I would like you to stop here and take a moment to breathe with me. Allow the pressure you've put on yourself to release. Perfection is not necessary to start proceeding. Consider how real-world growth occurs. Every talent you find admirable in someone else started out as a failed attempt. Once, the individual who had learned to talk confidently faltered during a conversation. Once upon a time, the individual who mastered their art produced rough and unfinished product. The person who ultimately created something significant in their life stood precisely where you are now, questioning if they were prepared to start. There is not complete progress formed. It grows with patience, practice, and modification. I want you to use that perspective to examine your own life. Recall the things you can do now that used to seem strange or challenging. You didn't know how to deal with those circumstances at one point. You gained knowledge by experience. You made an effort, made adjustments, learnt again, and gradually got better. The opportunity that is currently in front of you will be guided by the same method. It is not required of you to come forth with perfect information. You are asked to come forward voluntarily. Now pay great attention to the invitation I am putting in front of you. When the idea of imperfection starts to hint that you should hold off a bit longer, gently challenge that voice. Remember that understanding is revealed through movement, which is the teacher. Every effort you make serves as a lesson that fortifies your will to keep going. Something liberating starts to happen when you allow imperfection to exist during the learning process. Your thoughts become inquisitive rather than scared. You start questioning what you can learn from the experience rather than if you will fail. Everything is altered by this change of viewpoint. You cease gauging your worth by perfect results and begin appreciating your development by having the guts to face reality. Perfectionism would keep doors locked, while boldness unlocks them. I'll give you a little exercise that you may start right now. When you start to hesitate because afraid of making a mistake, stop and ask yourself a distinct query. Consider what you might learn from taking the step rather than whether it would be flawless. This question shifts your focus from judgment to discovery. It allows you to proceed with interest rather than fear. Every step turns into an experiment that uncovers something new. You can verify that you are heading in the correct direction by taking certain actions. Others will point out areas that want modification. Both results are beneficial to your development. I would like you to carry this knowledge with you as you take advantage of the possibilities that come your way. Let go of the need for perfection. Give yourself permission to learn by doing. The route ahead becomes much more alive with possibilities and less daunting when you embrace that freedom. I am putting another step in front of your heart right now, my child. Just as I have asked you to let go of the fear of imperfection and move forward with confidence. Some of you are secretly hoping that this message would reach more individuals. However, you question whether your contributions are sufficient. Listen to me clearly. When I hold the tiniest seed, it becomes a harvest of transformation. In 2 Corinthians 9:7, I said that everyone should donate what they have decided in their hearts, didn't I? Joyfully, not grudgingly. Join the membership or make a donation using the PayPal link in the description as a way to express your sincere gratitude. In front of the nations, you are adding oil to a lamp that keeps my word blazing. Because of your compliance, rivers of people who feel forgotten and alone start to receive support. I observe every seed, and I swear that whatever is given for me will return to you in the form of protection, provision, and favor. It's not about perfection right now, it has to do with willingness. Therefore, don't ignore the prompting if you sense my spirit stirring your heart. Now come forward and lend your help to this mission I have set for you. I want you to see something amazing about how a person's power grows throughout their life, my darling.